Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yunisa Ananda Putri. I'm from a morning class, 4th semester. Report techniques is a basic thing that must be mastered by a journalist, especially a reporter. There are many techniques of reportage. 1. In-depth research. Before starting reporting, a reporter must do in-depth research. The first thing to research is the topic. Depend the topic that you will convey to the public. 2. Determine interesting and important angles. The next reporting technique is to determine an interesting and important point of view. A reportage will be useless if it is not read by the public. 3. List question. Before reporting, you need to make a list of questions. Its function is to make sure that your interview goes according to the focus of the angle you want to raise. In journalism, the term 5W plus 1H is known, namely what, who, when, where, why, and how. For ask the source not to speak too fast. When doing reporting technique, you may meet various kinds of source that you don't know. May encounter source who speak very slowly, but also very fast. 5. Ask if anything is not clear. It's not uncommon for source to talk in a complicated way or not directly to the point. So, maybe you feel that your question has not been answered clearly by the source. You don't need to hesitate to ask source to clarify their statement. 6. Clarification. In addition to asking questions that have not been answered clearly by the source, a reporting technique that is no less important is clarification. Make sure that the information you receive is in accordance with what was intended by the source. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adebya Afrilia Santika. I'm from Kelas morning. Okay, I want to explain about interview technique. An interview is a question and answer to obtain information or information on the matter. And the interview is a technique of collecting data that is obtained directly between the interviewer and the source. As data, the information obtained from the interview must be converted into a written report. The written report of the interview result is in the form of a journalistic written report or data in summary form. Interview technique include 3 steps, namely get ready, implementation, and post-interview. Interview preparation step. Determine the topic or problem. Understand the problem being asked. A good interview does not leave with a blank head. Prepare question. Determine the source. Make appointments. Call the source or stake out the source so that they can be found. Interviewing. Arrive on time. If there is an agreement with the source, pay attention to offering polite need or adjust to the atmosphere. Introduce yourself, show ID, fresh card if necessary. State of the purpose of the arrival, just small talk and create intimacy. Beginning by asking for the biodata of the research person, especially the name, full name and nickname if any. If necessary, ask the research person to write their own name so that there is no mistake. questions are not interrogative or appear to be blaming. Take notes. Don't really too much on the recorder. Ask question. Secondly, avoid question yes no question. Question that only need answer yes and no. Use why, not what. Do you or are you? The answer to the question why are you backing down certainly will be longer than the question are you backing down. Avoid multiple questions. One question for one problem. Be a good listener. Remember, it is the journalistic job to dig up information, not to fraternize the sort, let alone to show up. Want to seem smarter or more understanding than the sort. Summarize the contents of conversation in the interview. Complete a summary of the interview result. A summary is a brief presentation of a conversation or writing. There are steps to summarize the result of the interview, including listening to all the conversation in the interview, take note of the main points of the conversation, linking the main topic of the conversation into several paragraphs by paying attention to the effectiveness of the sentences. Okay, thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello, my name is Aprilia Ningsih and I explain about feature. News feature is a feature about actual events. Usually, it is the development of a straight news, direct news, brief, only presenting the most important information. By opening background information on the problem so that readers get a clear understanding of the how and why elements or see the case of an event. Features as creative writing which is primarily designed to provide information while entertaining about an event, situation, or aspect of someone's life. Feature has 4 features that become its characteristics, namely creative, informative, entertaining, and maybe subjective. Creative talk about the process of creation, informative about the content presented, entertaining about the writing style used, and might be subjective about the way of narrative. Thus, a feature can be said to be a creative writing that is primarily intended to entertain and provide information about an event, situation, or aspect of life which is sometimes conveyed subjectively. In a sense, feature writing in the same as writing hard news, a news which includes 6 elements: 1. What, 2. Who, 3. When, 4. Where, 5. Why, and 6. How. Before starting to write features, the following steps should be known and carried out by the author. 1. Find events and storylines. 2. Checks, double checks, and triple checks. Check the storyline. 3. Ensuring the point of view. 4. Determine the lead or intro or opening section. 5. Write news. Step to write news. 1. Lead page. 2. Lead question. 3. Descriptive lead. 4. Lead explosion. And cover feature. Concluding summary. 2. String cover. 3. Climax. And 4. Cover without completion. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.